Side roll with split. First, let's practice the body skill before we add the hoop. She begins in a kneeling position, sits on her hip, rolls backwards. Remember to practice this stopping on your back with a wide straddle, straight legs and pointed toes, arms extended overhead. Then continue the roll back to a kneeling position. Now, let's practice with the hoop. We'll show you the transition that goes right before the side roll. First, you spin, changing from one hand to the other. Now she will slide the hoop on the floor, roll it over. Notice her arms are extended on the floor and the hoop is overhead. Now continue the roll, the hoop flips, and she goes back to her kneeling position. Arabesque balance in releve. First, we'll show you what the hoop does during this skill. You spin the hoop, open your fingers, and the hoop spins underneath the palm of your hand. To catch the hoop, you simply close your fingers. Now, for the arabesque, she will point her toe in the back, lift her leg to arabesque, releve, and spin the hoop. She will hold the balance motionless in her body and then close with control. Remember, the hoop must continue spinning throughout the balance. Toss and catch with one hand. In preparation to toss, first she should practice just the swings. The swings must be on plane. It's good to practice by a wall so that you know you are swinging exactly forward and backwards. When she does the swing, if she is swinging off plane, then the toss will go a different direction than what she had planned. Now, with the toss, it's simply a swing. At the top of the swing, she will open her fingers and toss the hoop. She will catch with her arms extended. Now, let's see that one more time. Notice the plie in the preparation and the releve as she tosses. Free spin with soutenu. First, we'll show you the soutenu turn. She begins with one foot crossed over the other, does a releve, leaves her feet in place at the beginning of the turn, and then finishes with her feet together. Notice during the turn that the arms are overhead. Now, just the hoop. The spin is exactly the same as the spin at the beginning of the routine with your palm on the hoop, except now you lift your palm above the hoop and you must find the hoop again to re-grasp. Now, let's do the spin with the soutenu together, and then we'll show you the transition after. And after she catches the hoop, it's a little tricky transition. Let's watch this. She steps sideways into the hoop and catches the hoop with her left foot, releases the hoop, and it slides down on the right foot. Make sure that your legs are spread wide enough so that the hoop rests on your feet. To pick the hoop up, she bends the leg, toes pointed, and grasps the hoop with her right hand. "360-degree passe pivot." To begin learning the pivot, you should always practice with a balance. Step forward into the preparation with the toes turned out to the side. Now releve in a parallel passe position with the thigh at horizontal and the toes pointed to the knee. To begin the pivot, you have the same preparation and then do a 360-degree turn. The foot must remain in the parallel passe position throughout the entire pivot, and you must finish facing the same way that you started. Passe balance in releve. We will begin by showing you the transition into the rotations with the hoop. You have just finished chaîné turns and your hands are holding the hoop in an over grip. To get to the rotations, you raise your arms overhead and then bring the hoop in front of you. As you do that, you turn this hand so that your palm is facing upward and then change the grip with the other hand. Then you're free to push a little bit with that hand, keeping your arms extended, and begin the rotations on your hand. Once you've established the rotations, lift your leg to a turned out passe position, releve, and close. You should continue the rotations throughout the balance, hold the balance in a fixed position, and then close with control. Jump through the hoop to the flip toss. First, let's show you the flip toss. It begins with a plie and a swing of the arms upward, release with the hands. The hoop does one rotation. You catch the hoop with the arms extended diagonally upward and forward, and then continue the swing. Now, if you do the flip toss with a flick of your wrist, watch what happens. The hoop is spinning too quickly to be able to catch it. Let's see one more time with one rotation, swinging from the arms. Now, let's show the full skill. A jump through the hoop. Notice when she jumps through the hoop, her toes are pointed. Begin with the hoop raised overhead. And step, jump through the hoop. Feet together, plie, and toss. Boomerang roll. Boomerang means that you roll the hoop and it comes back to you. You begin with a swing and then a flick of your wrist. The hoop rolls back. You trap the hoop between your legs and then finish in your ending pose. Now let's get a close-up of the action of the wrist during the boomerang roll. Watch how she flicks her wrist and her hand points in the direction she wants the hoop to roll. If the hoop doesn't come back to you, it doesn't have enough backspin, so you have to flick your wrist a little more sharply. It's good to practice catching the hoop with your hand first when you're learning the boomerang roll. When that becomes easy for you, then you can do the boomerang roll and trap with your legs as in the routine.